right, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Q Sports Live. My name is Grant. We are at the Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Scotch Doubles action. It will be 10 ball on the 9-foot diamond tables. First up, Derek and Ben taking on Eric and Carlo. Ben with the break. Welcome back, and Happy New Year. The first stream of 2022. Looking forward to getting back in the saddle again and doing a little more traveling in 2022. We'll be down in Vegas for VNEA. Really looking forward to getting down for that stream. Few teams showed up this morning. I'm not sure how many teams are entered. How many teams? Same player. 17 teams joining us today. And of course, if you are just tuning in, help us out, hit that share button. So a little bit different with Scotch Doubles compared to singles. This is not Jack and Jill Scotch. It's straight up Scotch Doubles, 1240 Fargo cap between the two players. And we do have the chat line on for Facebook. We just changed the device, however. Give me 2.5 seconds here, guys. Then I can bring up YouTube as well. All right, so we do have Facebook now up. I also now have YouTube up. And hello, Barbara Tatum, how are you? Tuning in on YouTube. Happy New Year to you as well. And feel free to ask any questions. I will do my best to give you any answers that I could possibly come up with. If I don't know the answer, I'll either find up or make up a really good one. The one and only Mr. Eric Vargas at the table. Seems fairly open. But again, with Eric having such a high Fargo, it doesn't leave a lot of room. We got a 3 foul happening in game number 1 on the table to the right. And really nothing to do here, just a nice little touch draw, give Eric a shot on that 7 ball. Could go forward here as well. Go over to that left side rail. Get in behind the 9. Really nicely done there. And same thing for Eric here. Take the 7 to the top left. Come back over across to the right-hand rail. Just about where he was looking at there. And hopefully everybody had a fantastic New Year's. Steph and I and the boys went out and watched The new Spider-Man. If you haven't seen it, highly recommended. Really, really good one. Good movie. So you know what? I'm actually going to switch back and forth. I don't know whether anybody has commented. They're not loading on the tablet. So I'm going to switch and put Facebook here. And we'll move this to YouTube. There we go. That's a little bit better. What's going on, Lou? Merry Christmas to you as well, sir. It's the same player. Sorry, guys. Was just keep getting asked questions while I'm streaming. All right, we got ourselves situated. Yeah, Joey. It is on right here, right now. And happy New Year to you as well, Warren. I'm kind of glad it was today. Monday for me is a work day. And I know eventually today, Rod with Q Sports Live Winnipeg will be on as well. I'm sorry, I didn't see who won the first game. Did you see who won the first game, Steph? I was too busy getting our tablet and things situated. Who did? Ben and
Eric.
Oh, Eric and Carlo. Got it. So quick race to 6 on the A side, 4 on the B side. Eric sends the cue ball off the table. Don't worry about that 10 ball now that he's got it where he wants it. Ben probably looking at bumping into the 9 or getting somewhere close to. Shoots the gap. These tables again playing really, really quick. We'll see what Derek can do here. I'm not sure if the 3 passes the 6 down to that bottom right-hand corner. But if that is the case, really not a lot to do. Just miss the 9 ball coming back or give it a rub for sitting perfect. That will do. That will do. Nice little draw. Dang near back to the same spot that he's in now. Didn't want to set him over top of the 7 ball though. And depending on his angle here, just a straight stun shot into that 4, taking the 5 down to the bottom left-hand corner. Again with a stun on the 5. He drew it, but that will work. I would definitely agree, Mr. Brad Haydu. How are you? 1240 is kind of an odd cap number. I'm not sure how that was derived.
Jeff
Again, just a floater. Tables are playing extremely quick. So Derek, see what he does here. Myself, I might just bump into that 7 ball. Tries to get juicy with it. Tulsa, Oklahoma, tuning in on YouTube. How are you, Lana? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. And a Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully it was a good New Year's for you. We are definitely looking forward to 2022. We got lots of things in the works, lots of things to announce throughout January. So, opportunity for Eric and Carlo. A little bit tough here for Eric at the table with this 7 ball back cut into the bottom right-hand corner, or you can go to the bottom left-hand corner. I almost prefer the bottom left just because of the travel of the cue ball. Cue ball goes off either 1 or 2 rails up in behind the 8 for the 8 to the top left-hand corner. Cutting it to the right does bring in that bottom left-hand corner. Got to be cognizant of that. Maybe he's going around 3 rails for the 8. Nope, tries to play into the 10 to stick. Mario Lopez tuning in on YouTube. Illinois in the house. Happy New Year to you as well. Christopher Lund on YouTube. Hope the mask will go away. Looks like we are watching the sick ward playing pool. I tend to agree with you. Unfortunately, I'm not one that gets to write the rules. We simply get to abide by them. That being said, we're fairly grateful that at least here in Canada, we're at least allowed to come in and play pool. A far cry from where 2021 put us. And Happy New Year to you as well, Warren. Nice little draw shot from Ben, leaving Derek shooting off the rail, but fairly close to the 10. Should be no issue here. And we should have ourselves a tie ball game. Indeed we do. And for those that are interested, if you have access to a table, be that at home or in your local pool hall, the next session of the CSL IPL, that's the Q Sports Live International Pool League, starts on February 7th. We have division for all skill levels. This is the one you want to be in. This is the Vegas Ready. Get yourself tuned up and in shape. Heading down to Vegas, whether that's for BCA or VNEA. And through the CSL IPL, it is a sanctioned league by BCA as well as CCS and ACS. You can find out more information on the CSL IPL at our website, www.cslipl.com. Derek Fletcher up to break. Happy New Year's to you as well, Eugene, and everybody else that is tuning in with us. We appreciate it if you are just tuning in. help us out, hit that share button. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you go onto our Facebook page, hit that like button. You can always go on YouTube as well and subscribe there. Just make sure you hit the little bell. Carlo leaving a tester here for Eric on the 2-ball. So Dave's got a question here on YouTube. I thought we couldn't play anymore. Leagues were shut down by AHS. True to an extent. Depends on the license and the establishment that you're playing out of. The shutdown happened in what we would call bars, but in recreational facilities, it is still a go. Still allowed to play. That may be up until the point that they do include recreational facilities in that shutdown as well, but great shot by Ben there. Sits himself perfect on the 3-ball. Nothing for Derek to do here. Pot the 3. 4 goes down to the bottom right-hand corner. And Happy New Year to you as well, Paul, tuning in on Facebook. And so just a note as well here, guys, with the Q Sports Live website, that would be qsportslive.com. We now have that forwarded to the Q Sports Live, the CSL IPL website. We're going to be doing a little bit of work on the Q Sports Live website. That is to accommodate for some of the announcements that we have coming down the lines. And we will have a full stream calendar, where we're going, where we're going to be, all the upcoming streams. Those will all be available on that website as soon as we have it kind of all cleaned up and looking the way that we want. So if you are looking to get information on Q Sports Live at this point, you can simply send us an email or a message on Facebook, and we'll be able to get back to you. So lots and lots of things coming down the lines. I can't wait till I can get into that and make those announcements, but we certainly have been at work getting things done here over the course of the last, I'll say 2.5 months, getting prepared and getting things done. So still not a give me table, especially given that this is Scotch Doubles. You've always got to take into consideration where the skill level of your partner is at, which is certainly the challenge of Scotch Doubles. Yeah, I agree, Dave, making a comment on YouTube. Awesome news about London being able to stay open at Leather Pocket. Happy for him. Been a tough year on small business, and I completely agree. And we're happy here at Q Sports Live, given that we have the ability to come down, set up, bring y'all some stream, some action here at Leather Pocket. The eventuality, of course, is that we will be traveling and kind of getting back to the way that we were prior to the pandemic hitting. But in the meantime and in between time, we'll do what we can. Really nothing for Derek to do here. Pot the 6. Pretty much just leave it right there. Could roll up a couple of inches, but tried to get too close. Hey, you're welcome, Orlando. We appreciate you tuning in. We will be down for BCA in respect to Jam Up Apparel. We will have a booth there. And then we'll be back at VNEA Vegas. And that will be both with Jam Up Apparel as well as Q Sports Live. So a little bit of travel for us booked. I will be down in Tucson, Arizona, heading out January 9th. Be down in Tucson for a week. What is Derek's handicap? You know what? I'm not really sure. Maybe Steph can look that up for me. Derek Fletcher, what his Fargo is.
Still only 17.
I think so. Shades the ghost of Ed Whalen. He is certainly one of my favorites. Mr. Ed Whalen, missed the guy. So Eric Vargas is a 721. And not who we were looking for, but let me see if I can find out Derek Fletcher's. Derek Fletcher is a 489. And for anybody interested, Ben Francis is a 723. And I don't know Carlo's last name. I know it's not Beato. But being that the, wow, that is the curse of the diamond tables. Hit the heart of the pocket. They're playing quick, and those pockets are playing tight. Yeah, no worries at all, Chris. Ben usually fires those in. Left a little bit tough there by Derek. Leaving Ben shooting out of the pocket, but usually Ben is pretty good at spearing those in. But we'll see what Eric and Carlo can do with this. A little bit of right-hand spin, come off that side rail, back up on top of the 10 ball. Perfect. Middle of the table, that's where you want the cue ball. Are these guys in prison? No, it is mask mandatory here. Very well done. Retaking the lead, Eric and Carlo. Speaking of Jam Up Apparel, got to give them a shout out as well. If you haven't been on their website lately or our website lately, you can check them out, jamupapparel.com. Lots of new things happening with Jam Up Apparel. We just announced or had an announcement with CSI. We are now the official clothing supplier for CSI and BCA leagues. And another big announcement coming with Jam Up again sometime in January, depending on when we can get everything done there. Hey Gord, Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, it's over 75 shares the last couple of days for the CSL IPL. I think this one, session one is typically a big session. Everybody wants to get kind of tuned in and ready for Vegas. And this is definitely the way to do it, I can tell you that. You know, if you're looking to up your game, CSL IPL, it will definitely help you get there. Oh, I see what you were referring to there, Paul. Push shot from Eric, knowing full well that he was pushing into a jump shot. So Ben and Derek decide to give it back to Eric, which I'm surprised by. I thought usually that Ben would have taken this on. Yeah, for sure, Gord. I do try to pay attention to all of those comments. I try to be as responsive as what I possibly can be. But I certainly pay attention to when we post things out. I can tell you the CSL IPL is certainly a lot of fun. The group that we have, really supportive group. So if you're looking to up your game a little bit, and no pun intended by Jam Up there, but if you are looking to up your game and be ready for Vegas, there's nothing I'd recommend more. And again, I know my opinion comes across a little bit biased, but after running it for a year now and getting to see the results of what some of the players have accomplished, it's been phenomenal.
He was perfect. No, I left you on the wrong side. It's hard to get perfect. Yeah, well, he played a little bit.
How's Mr. Franchise playing? Seems to be better today. He had a little bit of a rough outing. We both did on the last event. I know mine wasn't on camera, so I got lucky there, but the same time that Ben was struggling in the last event, so was I. I just couldn't make two balls. I couldn't make two in a row, and they could be straight in, and I would find a way to miss. So those days happen. They don't happen frequently, but they certainly do happen. You've always been a good supporter, Gord. We appreciate it. Yeah, it's weird, Paul, because I got a few things working against me that I try not to let bug me, but certainly there are times when, wow, spears it in. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Wow. Wow. Spears that in from downtown and perfect shape. Great shot. But yeah, I've got a few issues. Look at this, Derek with the answer. The up and back. Very well done. So those inconsistencies in my game stem from two different things as I get older. Um, right now I wear glasses. That happened just as the pandemic hit, or just after, I guess. I was staring at my computer for about 18 hours every day, and noticed it more so, I guess, throughout the pandemic than any other point. Um, and so went and got glasses, and then I have also developed a little bit of a shake in my arm. So it looks like I'm nervous all the time. It's not the case. Um, just nerve damage from a lifelong love of labor. But I try not to let those things get into my mind too much, but some days are better than others, I guess. Miss Shirley Bergeron, how are you, my dear? And all good, with the league, so everybody is aware. Um, when you play in the league, it's we don't schedule your time to play. It's one of the most attractive parts of the league, right? We don't tell you when to play. You have the full week each and every week to play your match whenever works best for you. You can also miss a week in between, so you can always run 1 week ahead or 1 week behind. So it's ultra flexible for those that have busy lives, and I'm sure that encompasses most of our viewers. But yeah, it's one of the most attractive things in the league. Yeah, I've got old timers. Hey there, Gord. You and I both have old timers. Tables are being stingy. So that hasn't changed since the last event. This table is breaking extremely tough. Was the last event as well. But we'll see what Carlo can do. Deuce, deuce. Almost forgot to put the score up. I feel that pain, Paul. But I'll tell you, this is, again, right, it's, I always got to refer back to the league, and kind of what it does for you is when you're playing in the league, you're essentially putting purpose to your practice. And I think that's where we differentiate, I guess, from most of the other leagues out there. Um, and it really does improve your muscle memory. It improves your aggression in the game, where in there are certain times in a game where you just have to be aggressive, and it will certainly teach you that side of the game, because there's nowhere to hide against the ghost. And that's the results that you're looking for, right? Is you put yourself under a little bit of pressure, very similar to great shot by Eric. Wow. Very similar to kind of playing under pressure when you're playing in a tournament or in Vegas or what have you. And I think that's the part that improves the game on a pretty drastic level. And we've got the data at this point to kind of back up our claim and our statements. So if it is something that you're looking at and you have questions about, feel free to send us a message, or you can check out the Q Sports Live International Pool League Facebook page. You can also check us out on the website, cslipl.com. That, and you get your sanctioning for BCA as well as ACS, CCS. With BCA, it is for singles only. at this point. I will clarify again whether we can do it for teams. With ACS and CCS, it will qualify you for team play in those events for the Nationals. Are we going to be going to the Canadian CCS in Niagara Falls March 14th to 19th? I do not believe we are going to it. Unfortunately. I'd love to be able to go, but where am I in March? January. March, I'm in Vegas for BCA. Hello, Bill and Aurora. Thank you very much for tuning in. Guys, if you are just tuning in, help us out, hit that share button. I'll do my best to keep you as entertained as what I possibly can, as well as do a little bit of commentary while we're all watching some pool. What about the Westerns? I do believe we are going to the Westerns. Yet to be arranged, but I do believe we will be going there as well. A little bit of a reach here for Carlo. That could affect the stroke. I'll be playing in it. I don't know that that Q Sports Live will be streaming it. It was one of the arrangements that we had with Ryan when he decided to get bought out, and it was one of the arrangements within that buyout agreement that he would maintain the right to stream all of the CCS events, which made sense. He's running them anyway. See what Carlos does here. Carlo does with the 6-ball. 3 rails around, you're going to bring in that 8-9. Oh, great shoot. Shot the window really well there. Yeah, that was a really good shot. Leaves it a little bit tough for Eric here. He's got just that wrong angle that if he tries to draw this, he's going to have to really put some power behind it. That's why he stood up. If he tries to draw this, he's really got to put some power behind. He's got to go check that right rail and come back out, and you're almost forcing that angle. He did get there. Leaves it a little bit long here for Carlo, but really nothing to do. Just make the 8-ball. Nothing to do. Leave the. I would just play straight tops on this 8-ball. Come off that end rail, and just have the 9 to that right side pocket. Don't know if I would try to force. He did. He tried to force. And here's the thing with 10-ball. Had that cue ball got him behind the 10-ball and safetied Ben would have the option to make the other team shoot again. So another one of these type of shots here from Ben. Usually he's really, really good at doing this. I'm going to see if I can get Steph to jump on. I've just got to grab a cue out of storage. So I'm going to jump off. Steph can jump on. And I will be right back here, guys. Welcome, Steph.
Hello, everybody.
I will let you take over. I'll be right back.
Sure. All right, looks like Eric and Carlo have got a 2-ball out here. Oh, just gets inside that side pocket. Next to perfect shape on that 10. And Carlo drains it. Good shot. All right, let me just see if I can find the scoreboard here. Give them one more game. If you guys are just tuning in, this is the Scotch Doubles event. This is the second event we've had here at the Leather Pocket since the new year. There was a singles event yesterday. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that one streamed. But that was 9-ball on the 9 foots. That was just singles. It was a straight up race to 7 on the A side and handicapped depending on your Fargo on the B side. It was, I believe, Eric who won first place yesterday. Mark Vinogradov got second place, and Mike Bain with a strong third place. Been shooting really well. But kudos to the higher level players like Eric and Mark and those guys. They weathered some pretty amazing handicaps last night. So it was, me, for example, would be like a level 2 or 3. So if I was to match up against Eric, I would have to go to 3 and he would have to go to 9. So that's a pretty stiff handicap to kind of battle your way through an entire event. There was 27 players I think we had yesterday. Today is the second event we've had of the new year. Scotch Doubles, pick your partner, maximum Fargo 1240. We've got some pretty great teams out there. Obviously, maxing out the Fargo makes it fair with stronger players like Ben and Eric that we're seeing here. They have probably the highest Fargos in the room. 720, I believe they're both at, 720s. So it makes it so that their partner has to be, around the low 500s for them to be able to fit in the cap. But there's lots of other teams in here today that, are 600 players. Evens it out. Fantastic idea, great turnout. Oh, Brad, you're so funny. It's been a while since I've been on the mic, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things here. Let me know if I can keep you guys entertained. Chat me up in the chat. Much easier to talk about things people want to listen to rather than just talking to yourself. It is tough. Happy New Year, Gord. Nice to see you. Wishing everybody the best in the new year. Paul, welcome back. Always good to see you. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great holiday season. Spent lots of time having lots of food and spirits and laughs. hoping 2022 is going to be, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. Can't wait for things to get back to normal. That would be great. Good shot by Eric. That was kind of a two-way. He was calling the banking the 1 into the 8. If the 8 goes, he's got a shot on the 2. But like it happened, if the 8 doesn't go, they come up with a pretty strong safety. So it looks like Ben is getting out the jumper here. This is a tight jump. I mean, he's over probably 3/4 of that 6 ball. Pretty much full ball, but he was kind of hampered by the edge of that 10 too. Ben gives himself a little fist pump because he knows that was tough. Just avoided the scratch. That cue ball is sitting on a little mound of dust in the corner. I don't really know how that didn't fall in. Gravity is on his side there. Joey's saying she had too much of the food part. Girl, I hear you. I hear you, but calories don't count over the holidays. That's what I heard. I'm going with it. We'll think about that stuff next week. Nothing matters until at least minimum tomorrow. So Carrie's asking if there's a lowest Fargo rating and still be a Fargo rating. Not really sure what you're asking there, Carrie. Typically, with Fargo, you get a starter rating. So in our area, our zone here, typically what happens, and this is not in stone, but typically what happens is that women start at like a 425 starter rating. Men start at more of a 500 or a 525 starter rating. And then depending on your results of tournaments or submitted games to Fargo, your rating will go up or down depending on the opponents you play. So for me, for example, I'm below 500. 475, I think I'm about at right now. If I play somebody of Ben or Eric's caliber and I lose 7-0 or 7-1, which would be typical, the Fargo ratings really don't change because I'm supposed to lose there. However, if I win, say 7-6, if I win 7-6, my Fargo rating will fluctuate. I would not say gigantically, but a fair-sized amount because I'm not supposed to win those matches. But because I did, my Fargo will swing fairly large. The lowest Fargo in the room, I believe, is below a 500. Probably, I would say a 470. But we don't typically call you an established Fargo rating until you have about at least 200 games. They call that the robustness. So you definitely want to get out and play as many Fargo-rated tournaments as you possibly can. It will definitely help your rating and what Fargo calls a fair match. So you can actually put in your name versus your opponent's name and find out what a good race would be. You can go an easy, medium, or hard race. So if I were to match up against Ben, for example, an easy race for me would be like if Ben gave me 5-7. That would be an easy race. A medium would be, a 3-7, and a hard race would be 1-7. But none of that stuff really matters until you have an established Fargo. So definitely you want to start submitting to Fargo. It does have its flaws. I would say Fargo is not 100%, not a perfect system by any means, but it is definitely one of the best ones out there, and they are making improvements to it. They're always tweaking. I don't know if a perfect handicap system even exists. So for now, we'll just stick with the Fargo. It definitely makes things a little bit more fair, that is for sure. Mike Bain, thanks for the stream. You are absolutely welcome. We're sorry that we couldn't get out here yesterday. You had a great tournament yesterday. So Mike is one of my SML League players. Been working so hard on his game, playing weekly, getting out to a lot of tournaments, taking the beatdowns as we all should. And he's gaining a lot of experience and on the table and under pressure situations, and it's definitely showing in his game. Took down 3rd place yesterday in a field of monsters. So good job, Mike. I'm proud of you. So Stoner, sorry, I'm a little delayed on the comments. So Eric did call the 1 into the 8 when he tried to bank that 1 ball. So if the 8 went, he did call the 8. He would have been able to shoot again. He would have been able to shoot the 1 again. But in 10 ball, when you fluke a ball, say he called the bank on the 1 and not the 8, if he then made the 8, the opposing team could make you shoot again. Oh, sorry. If you did make the 8, the opposing team gets their turn at the table. You lose your turn at the table. Sorry. I'm getting confused here as people are trying to mouth words to me as I'm sitting watching this game. Trying to do too many things at once. So sorry. Oh. Got something going on with the rack here. It looks like Derek just didn't put the balls in proper order. Typically with 10 ball, you want to rack with the 1 at the top, 10 ball in the middle, 2, 3 in the back corners. And that's just to kind of even out the spread. You don't want the 1, 2, 3 always in the same spot all the time. You definitely want the balls to spread. Carrie says she hasn't played in a few years, but was winning local tournaments when my cue was stolen. Oh, that's terrible. Thanks for all the info on the Fargo ratings. Absolutely, Fargo is becoming more and more popular as time goes by. It's been around for quite a few years, but I would say it's really starting to gain some traction now that there are years worth of information and statistics being put into it, because obviously it wasn't very accurate at the very beginning because not a lot of people were contributing to it. But as the league operators contribute to it, as tournament directors contribute to it. We submit every weekly tournament, every large tournament, everything goes into Fargo. So the players in and around our area, the Fargos are fairly accurate. I think I myself have only been playing Fargo tournaments for the last few months or so. So I think I've got about maybe 500 games. But players like Ben and Eric, who've been playing large tournaments, have done a lot of traveling. I think they've got like over 4,000 or 5,000 games. So their Fargo rating is like in stone. So it's definitely one of those things. If you have a league operator or tournament directors in your area that are running weekly tournaments or monthly, bi-monthly tournaments or whatever, definitely urge them to submit their statistics into Fargo to get you guys something, because when it comes to tournaments like this, it definitely helps to kind of even out the playing field.
That tells you you are important. You're sharing screen time. Patrick Neal, how are you? I am finally back.
Thanks, Patrick. Happy New Year. Scott, Happy New Year. Nice to see you guys.
Important game here for Derek and Ben. This is almost a must-win.
Yeah,
you got to
it's
keep this tight.
You
don't
want to stop the bleeding.
Well, you don't want Eric and Carlo being on the hill at
No.
5-2. You would much rather be 4-3. So important game, that's for sure. And guys, let us know how our volume is. I think we're kind of low, but maybe that's my own ears. Wow, you and I on a mic. That doesn't happen often.
It's been a while.
Right? It's been really busy lately. And I'm about to get even more. Tougher shot here for Carlo. Excellent. Thank you, Carrie.
Uh-oh, 10 is a stopper. Oh, making the 10 by fluke. So the 10 gets spotted here. Does not count as an early win.
Yeah, not like 9 ball.
Nope. Definitely have to hit the balls in turn, consecutive order.
You can combo the 10 early,
Yeah, you
but
can
you
do
have
like
to call it.
a 5-10, yeah.
Yep.
But when you fluke it in like that, it's not a lost game, but it does get spotted.
So what Eric's looking at is putting the 7 up to the top left, but he's got to be aware of that left-hand side pocket for the cue ball. He doesn't like it.
It's hard shooting off the rail like that.
Well, I think it's more the side pocket that's bothering him. The cue ball tends to want to go right to that left-hand side pocket. And see, he tried to cheat. Tried to cheat that 7 ball to avoid that.
Here's the chance.
Here's the chance.
The window of opportunity.
It is the chance that they're looking for. We'll see what Derek does here. Whether he just hit and stick for the 8 to the bottom right. I might go in off that right side rail, back out just about where he's at now for the 8 into the side pocket. Uh-oh. I thought he underhit that.
He's all right. He's
Yep.
all right. That's good to hear, Paul. When you open up your room, you definitely get that Fargo in. Paul says that they've had some uncharacteristic slips, and that is, I think that's just falling
Scotch
victim
Doubles.
to Scotch, because I feel like this psychologically, you, especially when your partner
Oh my
is,
gosh, you gotta hit the pocket.
especially when your partner is of lower skill level, you feel like you need to leave them good shape. Something easy, get them close to the ball. So there's more pressure Whereas, if Ben and Eric were playing their regular game, they would take the long shots. They would take their
Certainly.
harder cuts. But when your partner is of lower skill level and they don't have as much of experience, or they're a little bit more hot and cold, you feel a little bit more pressured to give them better shape.
Did you see how live that cue ball came off
It
that
was
top
crazy.
rail?
Yeah.
Wow. That came off with more speed than
Hit
when
the
it went
sweet
in,
spot.
than it went in with. So a little bit of a tester here for Eric to put them on the hill. But for a player like Eric, this should be no problem.
All right,
Indeed.
that's going to put him on the hill. This is danger zone.
It is. And we
Danger
gotta let everybody know, if you're looking for those diamond table or predator tables, we do have them. They are coming in February. So if you're looking to get your hands on one of these Predator 9-foot tables, send us an email, sales@qsportslive.com. You can also visit cslipl.com under shop, and we have a bunch of Predator product sitting on the website there. But you can certainly be among the first few to own one of those Predator tables. They are a great looking table.
Good looking tables. I do also like the look of the diamond tables, and I didn't kind of think, I'm like, well, what more can you do to a table
Right?
to make it look any better?
Yeah.
But I got shown that picture of the Predator table, and I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
He knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I've had numerous conversations with Karim over the last 3 or 4 months, or however long it's been. And he knocked it out of the park. He was heavily involved with the overall look, performance, what he wanted these tables to be. And of course, as per the Predator name, you get the Predator quality that comes along with it. And I think they knocked it out of the park. And I think you did too. When you were looking at the diamond tables, how much more could you improve on that?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
Predator
'cause
did it.
Diamonds, they're nice, they're simple, they're sleek, they're classy looking. But I'm like, what more can you do to a pool table? I mean, a table's a table.
Scott's wanting to know if I switched away from the Jacoby to the Predator. I did indeed, and for the exact reason as what you just stated. And I got to be honest. I did not want to make the switch, and it was really conversations between myself and Tyler that even kind of put the idea on the table. And the more that he was talking, the more that Tyler was talking to me about it and explaining the differences between them, I decided I would give it a try. And it just so happened that with Jeff Wanless, he happened to have one of the Revos with the extra 1 inch on it, and I tried it, and wow. Because I had tried the original Revo. When they first brought out the Revo and that tinking sound, I was not a fan of that at all. But they've obviously corrected that issue, and man, it hits good. So indeed, I have switched away from the Jacoby and moved over to the Predator Revo. Ben, however, still does play with the Jacoby Black.
I think it all just depends on the personal preference and the feel. I feel like, because I still shoot with the Jacoby, and I have hit with the Revo, and I do like it. I think it would take some getting used to.
It does. And it's more because of exactly what Scott alluded to. There is virtually no deflection.
Yeah, but I think that, like I said, it's personal preference, and some people actually need a little bit of deflection
Yes.
in their shooting.
Yep.
Just because that's what they're accustomed to, and they like it, and for lower level players, I find it's easier with a zero or a really low deflection shaft. But it's all personal preference. I mean, and all the carbon fibers have different amounts of deflection.
Yep. Well, and I think for players that are versed or have their skill built already, they'll find a harder time switching from you know, a wood shaft to any of the
It's
carbon
kind of
fibers.
like teaching old dogs new tricks, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to
Well,
get
you
people.
kind of get set in your own ways of doing things, right?
Well,
So-
your stroke is, has been specifically this way for the last 30 years, or, it's hard to change.
Mm-hmm.
But
Shirley says, "Oh my God, that's what I want for my next birthday." I'm not sure if you're referring to the table, but with those tables, we only have a limited number coming in February. So if you are looking at getting one, just send a message again.
do it, Shirley.
Sales,
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sales at qsportslive.com. We will have a couple of them set up here at the Leather Pocket once they do get in. I'll have one at the house that we'll be playing the CSL IPL matches on. And I'm looking forward to it. But we do have a limited number that are coming in February.
I'm sure Frank would love to get you one of those tables, Shirley. Just saying.
Yeah.
If
So-
you ever see one of those Predator tables for raffle, Shirley, make sure Frank buys a ticket.
Yeah. Right. Jeez. Well, and here's
He's
so
so
here's
lucky.
here's the cool thing, right? Is hopefully by the end of next week, I will have that Predator 9-foot table listed on our website, and through the website, we will have payment options.
Ooh, that'll be great.
Yeah. So there is a deposit required up front, but if you want to just buy it, it does have or will have payment options.
Financing?
To a degree, right? It's one of the things that I'm looking into, and one of the things that we are searching. Hopefully it will be taken care of by end of the week, and we'll have that option available on the website. And again, that's even if you put in the qsportslive.com website address, it will redirect you to the Q Sports Live International Pool League website. There is a reason for that. The Q Sports Live website is under construction. We're adding and redoing a bunch of things on it. It will take us a couple of months to kind of get through everything that we want to do to the website. But once that's done, you'll see when you go to either of those pages that it will take you to one page, and you have the option of going into either Q Sports Live or the CSL IPL. Tony Coles, how are you, my good man? Tuning in from Halifax. Happy New Year to you as well.
Getting to the tail end of this rack here, Carlos got a nice shot on the 7, sets Eric up pretty good for the 8.
Little bit off angle.
A little bit, but I'm pretty sure Eric will figure out a way.
Yeah, just check
get
that
him to
left
the
side
bottom rail
rail.
here.
Yeah. Check that left side rail back and forth.
Smooth as butter.
And look at how close he sets that into the 10.
Yeah.
And they're gonna give up the ghost. Ben and Derek come up and say that's good. So they are your winners. Eric and Carlo getting the job done. It is a double elimination tournament. So Ben
6 on
and
the A side,
Derek.
4 on the B side.
Yeah, Ben and Derek will still have life. They're on the B side. And congratulations to them. Now, I wanted to just clarify this as well, guys. We still do sell the Jacoby Black. If you are looking to get your hands on one of those, again, same type of thing, sales at qsportslive.com, and we can let you know how you can get your hands on one of those as well. With that being said, we'll do a quick shutdown, restart, get the next match lock-loaded, ready to rock and roll. We should be live pretty much all day today. Don't go far. We will be back as soon as possible. On behalf of Stephanie Toy, myself, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. Don't go far. We'll be back here as soon as we can.